I hope you're getting some great imagery and really taking these techniques and creating some images that are just stunning and that give you that wow factor to really inspire your photography. Let's wrap this up and let me give you 10 low light tips for you to remember when you go out and shoot in low light. Here's the number one rule. Nose to the light. You always have to be aware of where your light is. When you're going out and shooting in low light, you have an advantage because you can put the light anywhere you want to. Depending on your composition or depending on what the subject is wearing, maybe it's a hair piece so they only look good pointing in one direction. You have full control of where to put this light. But you have to be light aware and remember that the nose always has to be pointed towards the light. Second, look for lights in your background. Always be aware of where you can see some amazing lights. They could actually be really teeny tiny or very small because if you use a longer lens, those little teeny tiny lights are going to appear a lot bigger in your shot, especially if you get close to your subject. But it's the lights in the background that make these low light shots look amazing. So for sure, find lights in your background. Step number 3, set your exposure to the background, and that's according to your taste. You might like your background a little bit darker or a little bit lighter than me. Everybody has a different taste and is going for a different look. So you be the judge of what you want your background to look like and learn how to set that in manual mode, right? The next step, get your light out. Number 4, and diffuse that light. Use big, soft light. Whether you're putting it through an umbrella or a softbox, you need to get that light bigger. Then, step number 5 and tip number 5, get that as closest to the subject as possible because that's going to give you the gorgeous light. The bigger the light is and the closer it is to your subject, the more impressive that light is going to be, and it's going to have that professional look even if you're using low-cost lighting. It's not about the gear, it's about the techniques and how you use them and understanding what gives you that big, beautiful light. 6, use the distance to control your light on your subject. And so as your assistant comes in and brings in your light, you don't have to move it that much to control it. Because of the way light works and the inverse square law, which we'll talk about in another lecture, you just moving it maybe even 6 inches back or 6 inches forward could mean a whole doubling or having the light just within that small frame. When you get your light to your subject, just realize that even moving that light within 1 or 2 feet can mean a huge difference in light strength. And that's the easiest way to control the light strength because a lot of times I have my lighting assistant holding the light and they can easily move it closer or move it back. You want to do everything within seconds, and so that's why I use a lighting assistant, and it's very easy to control the light that way than sometimes reaching up there and fine-tuning the light. Sometimes you don't even know where the dial is, and you hit one button and then all of a sudden nothing works anymore. So it's just easy to control that light by distance. Tip number 7, use a fast portrait lens, 1.8 or lower as your f-stop. At least, I'm going to recommend at least 50 millimeters. I love using the 50 millimeter, the 85 millimeter, and the 135 millimeter 1.8. Your ISO, like I said before, is going to be at about 100 and your shutter speed is going to be about 100 at your typical night shooting situation. And so just remember that. Tip number 8, if you don't have a fast lens, or let's say you're using a wide angle lens and the lowest f-stop you can go down to is f4, be prepared to put your ISO up at either 1600 or 3200 at that point. 9, shutter speed. Keep your shutter speed if your subject is not moving or you're in an area where there's a lot of ambient light. I try to keep my shutter speed 200 and below, because when you're using a manual flash, a very basic low-cost flash, if you put your shutter speed above 200, you might not be able to see the flash because it won't sync up with your camera. Keeping your shutter under 1/200th of a second is just a safe play, and it makes sure that you can see the flash when you fire it. 10. Your 10th tip is to use your video light as your main and learn to use your flash for backlight and putting gels on it to color your light. That's going to give you some very impressive shots. Colored light in conjunction of creating shadows on your background is going to create a stunning backdrop, and it's very easy to do. Put your own choice of gel on your flash and fire it through something to create a shadow against the wall or whatever backdrop that you're going to do. So those are some 10 tips that will help you create some stunning images. And now that you've gone through this class, I hope that none of you are afraid to shoot in low light or even no light. With using a constant light, putting it through an umbrella, creating soft light on your subject and setting the background first, you will quickly and easily create stunning images that will create some wow and pop into your portfolio. And I hope these tips will inspire you to learn even more about lighting. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with light and how it can create your signature style.